Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside that weather window. And I'll tell you, as advertised, day number one of our warming trend, and it was a beauty out there today as we look along Highway 97A. And of course, that's from our Rondo Sky-Fi Tower camera. You can just see Turtle Rock in the back part of your picture there, and traffic this afternoon along Highway 97. It was a beautiful day to do just about anything out there. If you thought today was warm, boy, just wait. We are in for a pretty major warm-up as we make our way through this week. We're going to warm up a little bit every day. In fact, today about 80, tomorrow 85, Thursday a little bit more, and then we'll see Friday's temperatures top off possibly in the lower to mid 90s around parts of north central Washington, and we'll bring you all those details a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Just 1 month after a coronavirus outbreak in one of its farm worker housing units, Stamilk Growers says 25 out of 60 people in one of its packing house teams have tested positive for the virus. A group of local businesses, government, and church leaders and others filed lawsuits in Chelan and Douglas counties on Friday, seeking to strip Governor Jay Inslee of his COVID-19 emergency powers. Local leaders say they're moving toward proactive community-wide testing for COVID-19 throughout the Wenatchee Valley. And Grant County received approval Saturday to move to Phase 2 of Governor Jay Inslee's four-phased COVID-19 reopening plan. But first, we begin tonight. Well, when Chelan and Douglas counties will be eligible to move to Phase 2 of Governor Jay Inslee's four-phased COVID-19 reopening plan remains unclear. The two counties are still in Phase 1 and have seen a spike in positive coronavirus tests in the past week. Chelan County reported 25 new cases Saturday after 3 other days of double-digit increases last week. Douglas County also had 12 new positive tests in the latest Chelan-Douglas Health District report. Inslee said last week that part of the criteria for moving to Phase 2 is cases per 100,000 population in the past 3 weeks, and neither Chelan nor Douglas counties comes close to meeting that criteria. Only 14 of Washington's 39 counties remain eligible to move to Phase 2. Inslee's stay home, stay safe order is due to expire May 31st, but it's almost certain to be renewed. Well, just 1 month after a coronavirus outbreak in one of its farm worker housing units, Stamilk Growers says 25 out of 60 people in one of its packing house teams have tested positive for the virus. The fruit company tested the workers on Friday and announced the results on Saturday. All those identified will undergo isolation protocols before returning to work. The cases were discovered in Stamilk's specialty packaging line, which shut down after 3 workers were tested positive back on May 19th. Stamilk says COVID-19 appears to have spread through the line despite CDC-approved sanitation, separation, and mask-wearing measures throughout the old station facility. Stamilk President Wes Matheson says, quote, "The safety and well-being of our team members has been and remains our top priority," unquote. Well, a group of local business, government, and church leaders and others filed lawsuits in Chelan and Douglas counties on Friday, seeking to strip Governor Jay Inslee of his COVID-19 emergency powers and lift restrictions imposed under his stay home, stay healthy orders. The lawsuits filed in Chelan and Douglas County Superior Courts claim Inslee was granted the emergency powers when there were fears the COVID-19 pandemic would create a surge of cases that would overwhelm hospitals and other healthcare facilities. That lawsuit claims there is no such emergency in Chelan and Douglas counties, and no current modeling of the pandemic indicates there will be in the future. The lawsuits are 2 of several that have been filed in the state seeking to overturn restrictions imposed by Inslee during the pandemic. The Chelan and Douglas County lawsuits don't seek monetary relief, but cite financial, emotional, and spiritual losses each of the plaintiffs have suffered under Inslee's order. In Chelan County, the 30 plaintiffs include 4 members of the Wenatchee City Council, lead plaintiff Jose Cuevas, Ruth Esparza, Linda Harold, and Travis Hornsby. All 3 Douglas County commissioners are among the 9 plaintiffs in that county's lawsuit, including lead plaintiff Dan Sutton, Mark Straub, and Kyle Steinberg. In other news, local leaders say they're moving toward proactive community-wide testing for COVID-19 throughout the Wenatchee Valley. A coalition, including local hospitals, clinics, and the Chelan-Douglas Health District, say it wants to test 250 random households in Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, Cashmere, and Leavenworth to establish what the baseline rate of infection is for the two-county area. Data gathered by the sampling method would help the counties move forward to a Phase 2 reopening of their services under Jay Inslee's Stay Home, Stay Healthy order. Well, Grant County received approval Saturday to move to Phase 2 of Governor Jay Inslee's four-phase COVID-19 reopening plan. Phase 2 will allow many retail and professional businesses to reopen, as well as restaurants through the restrictions. Inslee announced last week that Grant County was one of several counties to be eligible to move to Phase 2. On Saturday, 7 counties had their applications approved, including Grant. 21 of Washington's 39 counties have now been approved for Phase 2, with 3 more becoming eligible. Well, coming up next, a brush fire burned about 30 acres north of Chelan Saturday afternoon before several fire agencies were able to get the blaze under control. A climber who fell near the top of Old Butte Pinnacle on Monday had to be rescued by crews from the Chelan County Sheriff's Office and Chelan County Fire District 1. Moses Lake Police broke through fortified doors and windows early this morning to serve a search warrant at College Apartments. And Chelan County's youngest Superior Court judge is the first public official in the Wenatchee Valley known to have fallen ill with coronavirus. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you. Aging and Adult Care offers many in-home care options and services for seniors and family caregivers. But did you know they also offer free in-home delivered meals? Aging and Adult Care has expanded its program for home-delivered meals to help elderly and vulnerable adults at this challenging time. If you are in need of prepared meals or know someone who could benefit, call Aging and Adult Care for more information about free home-delivered meals. Call 509-886-0700.
Don't worry, all the fun is around the corner. There's no better time to get ready than now with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa Spring Sale. Stock Up and Save sale is now going on in-store and online at bluelagoompoolandspa.com. Even pool heaters are on sale. Financing available upon approval. Credit 24-month, no interest with equal payments. Stop by today or order online at bluelagoompoolandspa.com. Free water testing available in-store or curbside. Don't wait. The sale is going on now through June 1st.
Welcome back. In another news, a brush fire burned about 30 acres north of Chelan Saturday afternoon before several fire agencies were able to get the blaze under control just before 7 p.m. Because of the difficult terrain off Union Valley Road, a pair of helicopters were called in to assist. Crews involved in the firefighting effort included Chelan-Douglas Fire District 5, Douglas County Fire District 4, Douglas Okanagan Fire District 15, as well as the Department of Natural Resources firefighters. Officials say the fire started when a controlled burn was spread by winds. Well, a climber who fell near the top of Old Butte Pinnacle on Monday had to be rescued by crews from the Chelan County Sheriff's Office and Chelan County Fire District 1. The fire district reports that the hiker was injured and unable to get up or down the mountain on his own. The high-angle rope rescue team from the Sheriff's Office and the technical rescue team from the fire district were able to reach the man, who eventually was treated and released. Meanwhile, Moses Lake Police broke through fortified doors and windows early this morning to serve a search warrant at College Apartments. They're located at 4740 Grape Drive Northeast. Police arrested 35-year-old Ryan R. Runnels after reportedly finding a stolen shotgun with the barrel sawed off inside that apartment. Police said Runnels is a 7-time convicted felon who'd been arrested 33 times over the years. This time, the Moses Lake Regional Tactical Response Team broke its way into his apartment about 4:15 in the morning and found the shotgun, which had been stolen in Adams County, as well as small amounts of heroin and methamphetamines. Runnels faces charges of possession of a stolen firearm, felon in possession of a firearm, and possession of a short-barrel shotgun. Well, Chelan County's youngest Superior Court judge is the first public official in the Wenatchee Valley known to have fallen ill with coronavirus. Judge Kristen Ferreira, who's 40 years old, announced last week she's tested positive for COVID-19. She underwent testing after exhibiting a dry cough. She's not returned to hear cases in the Chelan County Law and Justice Center since her diagnosis on Friday, and says she won't do so until cleared by her doctors. Ferreira is one of 3 Superior Court judges in Chelan County. She's served on the bench since 2018 and heads the county's drug court. Superior Courts statewide have taken precautions against coronavirus, including limiting the number of cases they hear and canceling jury trials until the pandemic has lifted. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
You want to help others. You need a solid career. You can have both with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, stop by our campus at 595 Grant Road across from Safeway or visit chartercollege.edu.
Buick and GMC are here to help, to keep you going through these unprecedented times. If you need a vehicle, we're offering 0% financing for up to 84 months. Plus, you may have the option to shop online and take delivery at home with Shop, Click, Drive. If you need service, our certified technicians are ready to help. You can even schedule your appointment online. Together, we'll get through these uncertain times. Buick and GMC, we're here to help.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Everyone wants a return to something like normal after the COVID-19 crisis has passed, but epidemiologists say that can't happen without contact tracing, which is mapping out the relationships between coronavirus patients and those they've exposed. In tonight's feature story, Congresswoman Kim Schreier says under a bill she's proposed, contact tracing could be a national service. Here's NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins with more on that story.
The proposal that I put forward, again, is something that I just love. First, I love the notion of national service. And frankly, if it were up to me, I would even put some requirements there that, you know, if you're a young person growing up in Seattle, your national service, if you choose to do that, should probably be on a farm in Iowa. And similarly, if you grew up, you know, in very rural Alabama, your national service could be at a food bank in San Francisco. I think that this country needs to have better understanding geographically, red state, blue state, you name it, and this would do a tremendous good. Now, at this particular moment, we could employ national service for contact tracing. We could bring in all these young people who just graduated from high school. They're so smart. They've got the training. It doesn't take that much training to be able to contact trace in your own community. We can use Peace Corps workers, AmeriCorps workers, and bring in even college students who are coming into a terrible job market and recruit those minds. And you know what? Maybe they'll get the bug for public service and for public health, and then go on to careers in public health, which we need anyway. I'm super excited, and I hope that that comes either as a standalone bill or when we sit down with the Senate.
So what's voting and meeting in the House like right now? You came in pre-pandemic times, which seems like years ago now, but it wasn't very long. And now you're dealing with this crisis as a legislator. So what's different between when you started and how you have to conduct business in the House right now?
Well, a lot of the way that we function in Congress is in person. When we're on the floor of the House and we're voting, there's time between votes to talk with our colleagues, both sides of the aisle. Hey, I've got this bill I'm working on. I've got this idea. Do you want to join me? And we're missing that. We're missing those informal person-to-person conversations. And even when we went back last week and we had time to vote on the floor, for public health reasons, they had it so only about 20 of us were in the chamber at any given time with masks, hand sanitizer, you name it. So we really wouldn't encounter each other. That was the whole idea. So a lot of our encounters now are in meetings like this or in phone calls. And now we just voted to have proxy voting so that we don't have to travel across the country spreading this disease or catching this disease. And also to be able to have committee meetings just like this so that we can see each other. C-SPAN can still record what we're saying. We can have a robust discussion and debate about policy.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. I hope you had a great long Memorial Day weekend. Weather-wise, it really wasn't bad, even though we did have plenty of cloudiness on Sunday and again yesterday. Boy, temperatures were nice in the middle 70s and nice once again today as we kicked off another work week. This is looking on Highway 97A along the beautiful Columbia River. You can see Turtle Rock right here in our shot and some high clouds out there. We did see that today, but it didn't stop our temperatures from climbing pretty nicely out there today. Unofficially, yeah, the first time in a long time. I think Dan Coote said something like 262 days since we have seen an 80-degree day here in the Wenatchee Valley. Unofficially, we made it today. Normally it's 74 for our high. 54 is where we started. 51 is our normal overnight low temperature. Record high, we weren't that far from it. 89 degrees, that was set back in 2001. Record low 40, and that was in 1973. Sunrise this morning 5:12, and the sunset will be tonight at 8:45. Let's take a look now at how your Wednesday will shape up. That's right, today's Tuesday. I'm sure you thought it was Monday like me several times today. Tomorrow, Wednesday, and it's going to be a dandy weather-wise. 86 in Moses Lake, mid-80s as well. Quincy and Ephrata, 83 for you folks in Ellensburg. We'll see about 84 for Wenatchee and lots of 84s and 83s as we move up into Omak, although Omak a little bit cooler, but still awfully nice. Your high tomorrow at 82 degrees. Taking a look at tonight, we might see a little bit of wind, a little bit breezy out there this afternoon. We're looking at a northwest breeze tonight, 10 to 15 miles an hour. Giant area of low pressure out in the Pacific. That really won't affect us that much. We will see a few clouds out there as well tonight. And then on Wednesday, things just keep getting better, folks. Sunny skies for our Wednesday. We'll see light winds and warmer high temperatures. In fact, temperatures are just going to keep climbing as we make our way through the week. Here we go with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s Wednesday. For Thursday, mostly sunny and even warmer. Look at all of the clear skies all the way back to the Great Lakes. We are talking temperatures in the Tri-Cities in the lower to mid 80s on Thursday. We'll be there as well. And then Friday, the warmest day of our 7-day forecast. Partly cloudy, unseasonably, let's just say it, hot. We could see 90s from the Wenatchee Valley all the way down in the Tri-Cities. Spokane, probably upper 80s to around 90. It's going to be a scorcher on Friday. For Saturday then, our weather changes a little bit. An area of low pressure right here off the California coast will bring us about a 40% chance of showers, and yes, there's lightning strikes. We could see some thunderstorms late in the day Saturday and into Saturday night. Same goes for Sunday, although I think it'll be more showers in the morning, turning partly cloudy by the afternoon. High pressure is still put off the coast of Washington and Oregon, and that's still going to bring us some pretty nice weather, although a few more clouds will work its way through that ridge. Partly cloudy for Monday and dry. And boy, look how these temperatures cool down. We're talking temperatures Monday back down to where we should see them in the lower to mid 70s. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling 7-day forecast. It's going to get warm, folks. 84 and sunny tomorrow, mostly sunny Thursday, and 87. Friday, our warmest day with partly cloudy skies and 91 possible. In fact, we could be talking record highs on Friday. Saturday, a few more clouds, a chance for thunderstorms late in the day, and 88. And then temperatures still mild, but cooling off somewhat. Morning rain Sunday and 77. And by Monday, partly cloudy and 78. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today, 509-663-1710.
Visit Conservation.
Oh, great. Another one of those PUD rebate commercials. Like they're really gonna give you money to buy energy efficient products.
No, it's real.
There's gotta be a catch. I mean, there's always a catch with these things.
Okay. It's real.
Right? It can't be real.
Trust me, it is so real.
The rebates are real. Visit conservationmakesense.org to learn more.
Sign me up.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you, staying home and staying healthy. Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, former Cougar and NFL draft bust Ryan Leaf is in trouble with the law again. He was arrested for domestic violence over the weekend in Palm Springs, California. TMZ is reporting that the former number 2 overall pick was booked into the Riverside County Sheriff's Department charged with misdemeanor domestic battery. Bail was set at $5,000. The 44-year-old has been engaged to Ann Kleinsorg, a former Georgetown volleyball player since 2017. The two have a 3-year-old son together. Leaf was the second pick back in the 98 draft by the San Diego Chargers, but had just a 4-year NFL career before his personal life fell apart. He dealt with drug addiction and spent 2 years in prison after being arrested in 2012 for breaking into a home in Montana. Recently, Leaf was hired by ESPN as a football analyst and has been co-hosting a show on Sirius XM's Pac-12 channel. Leaf had put his life back together to the point Washington State enshrined him in their Hall of Fame last fall. Ryan Leaf once again in trouble. 2 days after the NCAA Division I Council voted to allow voluntary workouts on campus by football and basketball players, the SEC announced it would begin voluntary football activities June 8th. SEC officials noted any workouts would take place under strict supervision of designated university personnel and safety guidelines developed by each institution. Other conferences now are expected to follow, with campuses opening for athletes on a voluntary basis. Well, John Schneider is entering his 11th season as the Seahawks general manager. Working alongside Coach Pete Carroll, Schneider is credited with overhauling Seattle's roster and creating a Super Bowl champion in 2014. The NFL Network's Michael Silver recently completed a feature on Schneider, calling him the Seahawks' 13th man.
I was walking out to go to my pro day, and John Schneider and Pete Carroll, they both came up to me in this circle and said, hey, great job today, we won't be taking a quarterback, and all that kind of stuff, and then he kind of walked away, and I was like, okay. In my mind, I was like, all right, I'll make sure I see you guys later.
Your Seahawks, Super Bowl 48 champions.
Casual fans may not even know his name, but in NFL circles, John Schneider is a rock star, a keen-eyed evaluator who has uncovered unvarnished gems like Richard Sherman, Doug Baldwin, and Cam Chancellor. After an injury derailed his short career as a diminutive small college running back, Schneider started hounding Ron Wolf, the future Hall of Fame GM of his beloved Packers.
When I was a junior, I wrote him a long note, told him, that my folks were from Green Bay and that the standard kind of internship, give me a shot.
I'll do anything.
Yeah, I'll do anything. And I wrote a bunch of letters, then I got rejection letters, and then I just called him, and I was going to leave him this message like, hey, this is your stalker, He actually picked up, and he was watching film. He said to me, how soon could you get down here? And I said, well, it's a 5-hour drive. I said, I can be there in about 3. I was like, I will haul ass to get down there.
Schneider's career stayed in the fast lane, and in 2010, here we go! When the Seahawks plucked Pete Carroll from USC, they became an unlikely but dynamic duo.
You took the job here, and everybody said, oh, well, Pete's just going to bring in his own personnel guy. What really happened? How did it go down?
Well, they asked me if I wanted to be the general manager, and I said no, but I'd like to be part of, getting the guy in here. And after talking to John, I think he took off, and we got him to turn around and come right back.
Really?
So, yeah, he was really the guy we wanted to get.
John Schneider, we love you!
What's your name?
Talon.
Hey, Talon. First game.
First game.
No way.
Yeah.
Cool.
284 transactions your first year together.
Yeah, but we pride ourselves on not having all the answers, and we're just going to try to outwork you.
You can watch the entire piece on the Seahawks website at Seahawks.com. Well, as negotiations continue for a return of Major League Baseball, one thing's for sure, it's not going to look the same.
Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah, apparently there will be no spitting in baseball either, or high fives, fist bumps, or hugging. No pregame exchange of the lineup cards. No throwing the ball around the horn after an out. Fighting will be banned. First and third base coaches will have to keep their distance from base runners, and there will be no fans, at least in the beginning. Largest hurdle management and players need to overcome in returning to play during a pandemic is the economics. Over ownership and the players' unions are miles apart on an agreeable format. Time is ticking. Major League Baseball would need to return in the next 3 weeks if they hope to get back to play by July 4th. Hey, by the way, just a public service reminder, if with the warmer temperatures that Grant talked about in our forecast this week, a lot of people are going to be headed towards the water. If you're headed towards a moving body of water, such as the Columbia River or the Wenatchee River, to try to cool off, be careful. The water is really cold. We have a lot of snow melt in the higher elevations. That's rushing down these streams right now, has resulted in higher stream flows, so it's really ripping. I was on the Columbia over the weekend, and the water temperature at the surface was just 53 degrees on Sunday. That is cold. So just a word to the wise, if you head out to the water to try to cool off this week, and keep an eye on the youngsters as well, it's awfully easy to literally and figuratively get in over your head. Well, coming up this week on the NCWLIFE Channel sports schedule, it'll start on Thursday, hockey night, as the Wenatchee Wild take on the Chilliwack Chiefs in the RBC Cup from May of 2018. Our checker has the play-by-play at 7 o'clock on Thursday. Friday's feature game is from last October, Wenatchee High School, where the Panthers host Moses Lake in volleyball. I'll have the call at 7. Then on Saturday, we'll start things off at 2 o'clock with Wenatchee and Eastmont boys soccer from April of 2018. That'll be followed at 7 o'clock by more action from the RBC Cup, where the Wenatchee Wild took on the Steinbach Pistons in a second-round game. That was in May of 2018. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
The
you have a fun or interesting video you'd like to see featured here on the NCW Life channel? It's easy. All you have to do is send us an email at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.